Filipinos are huge meat lovers. Dishes with pork or beef are a must-have in every Filipino celebration. But just how big is the demand for red meat here in the country? Well, that's what industry leaders from the Philippines and the United Kingdom recently talked about as they gathered for a meat trade mission last week. Now, to tell us more about this, joining us live via Zoom in London is Chris Nelson. He's the Executive Director and Trustee of the British Chamber of Commerce of the Philippines, which was the organizer of the three-day event. Hello, Chris. Thank you for joining us. Now, Chris, you were here last week to witness the trade mission, which really was a huge opportunity for British exporters to explore the Philippine market. Give us an overview of what transpired during the trade mission.
Sure. Good morning to all your viewers. Yes, thanks, Paolo. I mean, we had 9 UK companies. We've seen a tremendous growth in British pork. I'm pleased also to say that British beef is now available. It was obviously temporarily banned. We had great discussions. We had meetings with over 30 different groups, restaurants, meat importers. And I think what we're looking here is to establish long-term relationships. Already the UK is, I think, the 6th largest in terms of export to the Philippines. We also had a demonstration of pork here. I think you're seeing, obviously, at the new restaurant of Chef Sal del Rosario, demonstrating how pork and how British pork can be received by the consumers. So very successful, very hopeful. This is going to continue to grow the business, both for beef and for pork. And as I stated before, the UK is already the 6th. We've seen a tremendous growth in pork exports from the UK to the Philippines. I think it's up over 200%. So we're looking to build upon that and have further growth going forward.
Sounds fantastic. It sounds like a great deal of growth we can look forward to a great deal of growth. The United Kingdom is one of the world's major red meat exporters. How is British meat being perceived here in our local market? Is it something that's prime? Is it just something for special occasions? Is there a broader demand for British meat now here in the Philippines?
Well, look, I think that's what we're trying to explore. I think, first of all, obviously the UK is well known for its sustainability, its prime cuts. Obviously, we've seen that. As I mentioned, you have Chef Sal's new restaurant, Sal's using a very high cut of pork, which is called Dinley pork. I think what we're looking at is opportunities to see other areas, and obviously, looking at, for example, the export from the UK to the Philippines. A lot of it is pork cuts, and it's actually the belly, which is obviously well liked here. And I think what the whole point of this trip is, as you can see, is really to get ideas and exchange, develop. And we had great support, I'd like to say, from all the Philippine importers, and a great discussion, actually, on what the consumers are looking for. So we see opportunities. We don't see this as one-off, but as a way of building this forward. And I had a meeting with the other co-organizer, which is AHDB, which is the Agricultural Horticultural Development Board. And we're looking even to see if we can do something on a smaller scale later in the year and build it.
Chris, are you still there? Chris? All right, I think we lost our connection there.
Please go ahead. Okay.
There you go.
I'm still here.
One last question, Chris, before we finally let you go. The next Philippine President, Bongbong Marcos Jr., was proclaimed yesterday, incoming administration. Do you expect changes in your relations? What areas can we improve on in terms of our economic interface and cooperation to grow the market?
Well, look, first of all, congratulations again to President-elect Marcos. We expect to see continuity. We expect to see further economic liberalization. And also, I'd just like to say we'd like to see pass now actually ratification of the RCEP, which is the trade agreement. And going forward, we see further investment in the economy, the infrastructure. And the British Chamber of Commerce looks forward to working with the new incoming administration. And congratulations to President-elect Marcos and obviously Vice President-elect Sara Duterte.
All right. Well, we're hopeful for broader cooperation between our countries. Thank you once again for joining us, Chris Nelson from the British Chamber of Commerce of the Philippines.